Hello, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Have you ever wondered how some draft picks can change the course of a team? While we have seen great talents emerge over the years, recently there was a controversy that left many fans perplexed. Sports Illustrated made an assessment of the best draft revelations, and to our surprise, two players from our beloved Steelers were completely overlooked. You won't want to miss this analysis that could change the way we see these finds. When we talk about the great finds of the draft, it's impossible not to remember the story of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over the decades, the team has managed to discover players who have become true icons like Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig. However, when evaluating the last 25 draft classes, Sports Illustrated overlooked two names that undoubtedly deserve attention: Zach Frazier and Antonio Brown. What happened to the recognition that these athletes deserved? Zach Frazier, selected in the second round of the 2024 draft, was a game-changer on the Steelers' offensive line. The team had struggled for years to find a center who would bring stability, and with his arrival, that gap seems to have finally been filled. Sports Illustrated, however, decided to give the honor to Ladd McConkey of the Los Angeles Chargers. While McConkey has his merits, the impact difference that Frazier brought to our team is undeniable. He not only excelled as an outstanding player, but also as a true cost-effective find. Still speaking of finds, we cannot fail to mention the selection of Antonio Brown in 2010. Many people remember Rob Gronkowski as one of the biggest revelations of that class, but the reality is that the true gem was Brown. Picked in the 6th round, he not only exceeded expectations, but became one of the best receivers in NFL history. Even with all the controversies that marked his career, we cannot ignore the impact he had on the field. What does this say about the evaluations we are seeing today? Clearly, Brown's career was not just made of glories, and his off-field struggles are widely discussed. But if we only look at what he did during the games, it becomes evident that his contributions were spectacular. It is frustrating to see that a player who stood out so much, who came from such a low pick, did not receive the recognition he deserves compared to higher picks. This raises an important question: how do teams recognize the talents that truly make a difference? The issue of recognition is fundamental, and seeing Frazier and Brown left off the Sports Illustrated list is a clear sign that we still have a long way to go in terms of valuing players. The Steelers have a rich history of finding talents that turn into stars, and that should be celebrated. Our team is known for making smart choices, and while we may not always receive the deserved recognition, history shows us that we know how to develop players. Now, thinking about our future, how can we ensure that the next talents that join the team are not left out of important evaluations like this one? What can we do to make fans and the media recognize the value of each player, regardless of their draft position? This is a conversation we need to have. Over the years, history teaches us that every pick has the potential to become a great player. Therefore, it is essential that we continue to support our talents, regardless of where they were chosen. And of course, we cannot ignore the importance of subscribing to the channel and engaging with the content we bring. After all, your voice matters too, and we want to know your thoughts on these finds. So, fan, after reflecting on the situation, what do you think we need to do so that Steelers players like Zach Frazier and Antonio Brown receive the proper attention they deserve? Do you believe we are missing out on great talents by not valuing them correctly?